Alright, go ahead.
Hey man, what's good, man? Oh yeah, and pardon the scruff, everybody. Now I mean, this is for the video. You know what I mean? I said it on my gram yesterday, but I gotta make sure that I say it here too. You know what I mean? We this video is intended to be felt. I don't want aesthetics and all of the looks to matter. Like, pay attention to the words that I'm saying and how it's supposed to make you feel. And that's pretty much that.
Alright, this is the Undersound with Cherry B, and we got Zeta Profit in here, as I say always. This is a platform for underground artists to come in here and promote who they are as an artist and talk about who they are as an artist. And I always choose an artist who I feel is better than I feel artists out now. This is why I chose you to come on here, because I feel like it's a lot of underground talent way better than this talent out now, and you are one of those people. So
Appreciate
introduce yourself. Zeta Profit.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Zeta Profit, Elevated Ones. That's my brand. That's the name. That's the team. That's the lifestyle. In Brooklyn, we here, man.
We here. Now, I want to ask you, what moment inspired you to pursue your rap career? We start up like that.
That's deep off the rip. Shit, Oh, what moment inspired me? So what moment inspired me is when my grandmother passed. That's what kind of like lit the fuel. You know what I mean? Turned that shit into fire. I had already been rapping for like 2.5 years at that point. I was just really being a student, like I was saying before, you know what I mean, we even got on here. I started rapping like 2011, like senior year of high school, and then I put my first song out in 2017, so for like those 6 years I was studying. But in that year 2014, 3 years later when my grandmother passed, that's when shit got real. I was like, you know what I mean, I made a promise to her while she was, you know what I mean, taking her last breaths, and you know what I mean, I gotta live that through. So that's what really like catapulted me into, it's time to go.
Alright, I feel it. And why do you call yourself Zeta Profit?
It's funny. So my mom named me Isaiah Joshua. So that's crazy. I'm about to give my gov on one of my first few interviews. But my middle name, my mother wanted me to have a strong name and a biblical name. So, you know what I mean, Isaiah, when you do your research, you know what I mean, he's the prophet, he's the person, you know what I mean, that, you know, leads people and gets them, you know what I mean, gives them that strength that they need. And me being the oldest of my siblings and the oldest of my cousins and all of that, and you know what I mean, I always just had a natural like leadership tendency. Like I always wanted to like protect people and you know what I mean, do the most. So you know, after doing some research or whatever, I feel like I actually aligned with what that meant. So I was like, you know what I mean, I'm not gonna make it biblical, so I make it profit like money because I'm from Brooklyn, so we gotta throw a little flavor in it, you know what I mean? And you know that's what we need to like make things change. So I'm like Zay The Prophet, and I'm like, yeah, this is it. And I ain't never heard nobody with that type of name before.
I've
So
never heard that either.
yeah, so I was like, this is it. This shit is fire. And then once I said it once, that shit stuck. I was like, yeah, this is it. But
Yeah, that shit is fire.
that's what it derives from, just being a leader and wanting to do, you know, better for people and elevate them.
Now, you said you're from Brooklyn, right?
Yup.
So how has living in Brooklyn, how has your environment impacted, growing up in Brooklyn, how has your environment impacted your music?
In every way, shape, and form. So, you know what I mean, I was born and raised out here, but my mom's moved us to Jersey when I got to high school. She saw I had a little talent with basketball, and I was around, like, you know what I mean, wacky energy out here, doing the most and shit. So she took that executive decision and was like, yo, we out to Jersey with it. And, you know what I mean, I stayed out here, like, a lot. Like, in the summer, I would be out here. And then after I graduated, I was just always out here, like, more times than home type shit. You know how you go visit family on the weekend?
Thanks.
I was, like, visiting home on the weekend type shit. So, you know what I mean, my environment growing up was wacky. You know what I mean? My story is wild, you know what I mean? But it made me for sure, you know what I mean? All type of stuff. My grandmother had 14 kids, so just imagine in the peak of the crack era in New York what that entails, you feel me? So I got mad siblings and all type of shit, and my family done been in all parts of type of shit. So, you know what I mean? When I'm walking around, my family got history out there. You feel me? So I just try to break the negative molds, if you will. You feel me? And yeah.
Now, being from Brooklyn, right? You said that, from Brooklyn. So being from Brooklyn, what rappers influence you? It may not be a rapper from Brooklyn, but are there? Because a lot of rappers, a lot of influential rappers have came out of Brooklyn.
So. Yeah, so my mom cheated a little bit. She played Biggie and Pac on her belly when I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean. I naturally grew to love them. So it was Biggie, Pac, it was Nas. You know what I mean. Some Big Daddy Kane, shit like that. Like she'll play real spitters for me, like Rakim. You know what I mean. So I grew up with Mobb Deep, and I remember hearing Mobb Deep younger. You know what I mean? That's the crazy part. My 3rd, 4th birthday party or some shit, and we blasted Mobb Deep. You feel me? So you know what I mean, that shit is embedded deep in me. So those are my influences. Literally everybody just said Nas, Big, Pac. Growing up, I loved Pac more than Big. Literally, and probably my town gonna crucify me for that, but I grew up idolizing Pac more because I felt like there was more to his story than just music, and I feel like that's me. I mean, there's more to me than just music and bars and shit. So I fuck with his impact, and that's what I'm big about, impact. So I feel like he was that. But then growing older, you get to respect music more, and you realize Big was just lyrically insane. So you know what I mean. Listening to that, I was just alright. But my pocket is Nas, Mobb Deep. You know what I mean? Big, Hove, Young Hove, Big L. That's what I used to have on repeat. LL Cool J, the spitting LL Cool J. You feel me? Shit that.
Who are your hip hop influences now?
Now?
Yeah.
That's in the game right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My everybody who knows me know my first one is J. Cole.
Yeah, I knew.
J. Cole, nigga, that yo, when I meet you, King, you know what I mean? We gonna make some hits, man. But yeah, that's him, you know what I mean? Drake is fire, all of that. I got a lot of inspiration from him. Early Drake. You know what I mean? 09, 2010, 2011 Drake definitely helped me want to get into music with his beats and everything. I'm big on beats. I love beats. So he was coming with a whole different sound. So, you know what I mean? Drake definitely, you know what I mean? Aside from my GOAT, it's Drake, Kendrick, you know what I mean? Lil Baby slept on lyrically. Yeah, he made good vibes, but that nigga spitting if you really pay attention to them songs. Corday is fire. Joey Bad, shout out to Joey Bad, Brooklyn. I actually was in one of his videos like a year and a half ago.
Oh, you was? That's fire.
Word, there's some shit he did with it. Shout out Taylor, Taylor Parks. But yeah, that's who fire right now.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
How long have you been rapping?
2011. Yeah, 2011. I just realized that my grades wasn't gonna make me go to college and play ball, so I started smoking and doing niggerish shit at a young age. So I started, you know what I mean? It was ball is life as hell. Niggas knew not to smoke around me. Asked me about a blunt. Seeing it, I was like, yo, where that shit at? You know what I mean? And then I listened to heavy Mobb Deep and Nas in that time, and Shook Ones was just always stuck in my head. And then one night I was watching 8 Mile, and that beat came on, and I was like, yeah, let me see if I can spit to this. And then I wrote my first song ever to that beat. So 2011. Yeah.
Okay. Now so you would consider your genre of music hip hop, right?
It's hip hop, but I'm also trying to pave my own lane.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's I'm sonic therapy. You know what I mean? It's sonic therapy. Sonic is sound, therapy is therapy for me. So I'm whatever you could feel to. You know what I mean? Any music that I make that you feel. Whether it's a club track, some sad shit, some shit for the ladies, a trap song, a drill song, you gonna
Be
fit. You know
versatile.
what I mean? Yeah, like I'm sonic therapy. That's the lane that I want to create right there. You know what I mean? I love hip hop. That's my roots, but I'm like a branch off of that.
Okay. Now, what type of audience are you trying to attract with your music?
Honestly, I want to take a lot from everybody and have a cult from that. Because people be like, what's your sound? My sound is like, it's hip hop because I always spit. But I could be on a vibey beat. I could be on a melody. You know what I mean? I could be on a trap or a drill, but I'm still spitting always. So my core is always hip hop, but you'll hear my hip hop on different sounds. So, you know what I mean? I want to attract a listener who listens to music, not just somebody who, you know what I mean, a person who listens to a song here and there. I want you to feel my music. And when you do, if you are that person who listens to it here and there, every time you hear it, you feel something. So I just want people that want to feel music to listen to me.
Okay.
Alright.
Now let's get into black. What does black mean to you? And talk to me about black as well.
So this project, you know what I mean? Are you talking about the project Black?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so this project means a lot to me actually. Real quick, before we even get crazy, this is the producer right here, Bass G. This is my man's. I met this nigga on Instagram like what, 2017, right?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I think I hit him up in the DM. No, he hit me up in the DM like, yo, your shit hard or whatever. And I was like, yo, look, let's work, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not bougie. I like working with everybody. I like learning. And, you know what I mean? He can tell you some more about it. Introduce yourself, bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm Bass G.
Okay.
But, yeah, I just was going through Instagram. I had just, like, seen this video. I think it was Zeta, and he was talking about you got to find the artist that you want to build with, build your own sound, and then just go from there. It's not about
That's
trying
inspiring.
to work with, it's not about trying to work with everybody. My bad, I ain't even talking in the mic.
Nigga mad, he mad calm.
Oh yeah, but it's not just about trying to work with everybody. It's about trying to work with that one person, carve your own sound out, build something unique instead of, you know, just trying to do what everybody else doing.
That's a fact.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, he hit me. I'm like, yo, nigga, let's work. Send me, just kick me shit, and whatever I get inspired to, I'll spit to it. You feel me? He on my first album, he produced the outro on it.
Okay.
And
What's the name of your first album?
Full Nights on the Moon.
Okay.
That one's right now is on all streaming platforms. If y'all want to catch up to my discography, you can start from there. My first song ever, Comfortable, is on there as well. So, you know what I mean? Y'all could go stream that. That's at like, I'm sorry, I gotta punch it real quick. That's at like over 200,000 streams across all platforms, and I did that all dolly.
That's fire.
So you could do that. You know what I'm saying? So don't think you need people. Just, you know what I mean? You gotta be your best promoter. You know what I'm saying? So keep working. But yes, he produced the outro on that, and we have mad beats. Like right now, nigga, I think we got like a calm 20, 25 songs.
At least 20,
like yeah, recorded already, mastered, ready to go. That's coming up on upcoming projects and shit. But this one, these two beats, they were special, and I was like, I gotta use these for my people. You know what I mean? Like these. I'm not just going to do a regular track to these. I gotta hit home, and you know what I mean. That's how Black came about. I sent them the songs like last year.
Yeah.
These has been recorded already for like a year and change now. So I'm like, I wanted to drop it last year, but it wasn't the right timing. And then this year I was like, all right, the climate hasn't changed, nothing's gotten better, and it's like, all right, now it's like the time. You know what I mean? I still wanted to wait a little bit, but I'm like, nah, I gotta just drop it, because if I keep waiting, some hero might come in, like it won't even matter no more, something like that. But I'm like, yeah, it's time to impact a little bit with this platform right now.
Okay.
But what it means to me, I'm sorry.
It's cool.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
No problem.
I mean, my son Baze. It's the first time anybody see him, so that's an exclusive right here. In 10 years, this shit gonna be legendary, nigga. The project means to me, voicing. You know what I mean? Using that representation. You know what I mean? Like what I always wanted to do with my brand is impact, and incite some type of change or inspire somebody who could do it type shit if I can't do it directly. So this project really, I get to be me, you know what I mean? The person who wants to save everybody. I get to be that on this project.
I like that. Describe the moment that you've made that made you create Revolution Eyes.
Honestly, it was last year, with the whole like Breonna Taylor situation. Rest in peace to her. It was right at, so that happened, and then right before that, it was Floyd, and I was just pissed the fuck off. And I went to a rally, and in the rally I ended up like being one of the main speakers in it because I was just so passionate about it, and everybody gravitated to my energy, and we left where this shit started, and we went to the fucking police station in the town. We went to the police station and started a whole rally outside that shit. I got a police officer, a white officer to take a knee. You know what I mean? You know, so it was all type of shit, and it was just like I had all of that energy, and I was just like, I had no voice at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And then the next morning, I think literally like earlier that week, he sent me the beat. I listened to it, and I didn't know where to go. And then I was like, I need to. So I started going through my beats, and I heard that shit, and I was like, it must have been like 7 in the morning or some shit. Cause I woke up like 6:30 or something. And it was like 7 in the morning. I was just like pacing in my room writing this shit. Like, and then like, so I remember the sun coming up and shit like that. That shit was crazy. But yeah, that's what inspired it. Like that whole, them 2 situations last year. Yeah.
No, I went to the riots.
Yeah,
not the riots, but I was in the marches. Like,
yeah,
that was crazy. Like,
the energy was crazy, and that's when I made Frontliners. And that's why I dropped Frontliners, because I was like, this is not my beat. That was a Nas beat originally. Mm-hmm. So that was a Nas beat. I was like, I could give this to the people right now. So I hit him my videographer, like, yo, son, I need you to piece something together for this right now. And I told him what I wanted in it, and like literally in 2 weeks he sent me that shit, and I was like, yo, this shit is perfect, nigga. Like, so yeah, that's kind of how that all transcended.
Alright. How important is it to have revolutionary music in our current times?
I think it's extremely important. I think that if, you know, it's a saying, if you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. You know what I mean? A man with no allegiance is only an ally to himself or the enemy. Because just by not being on one side, you helping the enemy. You get what I'm saying? You don't know what your energy could do to overcome something. So you just being selfish with your energy. You know what I mean? So that's how I view it. Like, it's very necessary, and more people need to be doing it.
So when is this project?
So it was supposed to drop today.
Okay.
And now I'm blown. It was supposed to drop today, but they said something with my artwork, so I had to fix it. And they just got back to me this morning. It was supposed to drop today. Shit pissed me off. So expect that like early next week. I'm shooting a video literally after this for Revolutionize. So. You know what I mean? I'm bringing y'all something real soon. You know what I mean? So we gonna get it popping this week. We have to.
All right. What are some things about the music industry that you would like to see change for artists like yourself?
I just think that more access. Like, I think an artist like me needs more access to the people, the gatekeepers. You know what I mean? A way to reach these people. You know, Clubhouse has been a blessing. I've been able to meet a few people, like great PRs and stuff like that. And I mean, now I'm creating a budget to get to those PRs and be able to utilize that for my brand. So Clubhouse is great, but you know, what is a natural thing that's going to happen where it's like we could just have this access? You know what I mean? We got to bridge that gap between unsigned artists or just indie artists and the industry. I feel like social media does that, but social media is saturated. It's all ads now, so if I'm not spending a band on my posts, a lot of people now, you're seeing like I got like 12, I almost got 13K now, and if I don't post at a certain time, I'm still not getting the amount of engagement as I normally would. So it's like, how is that possible? And then now they telling you gotta have post notifications on in order for people to see you. Like, what? People doing the most, like. They changed it from likes mattering to now
like
you gotta get
when
your
they
shit.
bought Facebook. I mean, when Facebook bought Instagram, I feel like that's when
that's when everything, and it's like it makes it harder for a dude to organically get what he gotta get. Like, they made Reels to compete with TikTok, so that's organic right now. But it's like, bro, like I gotta put a 30-second video. This is a verse. You feel me? Like, I gotta put a hook only. So it's like, yeah.
Too much.
Access. I mean, it's more access. Like niggas like me and a lot of niggas that I know that's really could be making these companies millions and millions of dollars, not even seen or heard of, and it's ridiculous.
And what is your main goal with this music game?
Oh, to change lives. I want to open up centers. So like, music is the platform. You know what I mean? Like it's my passion. I want to die doing it. But ultimately, it's about legacy. What imprint did I leave on this planet before I left it? You know what I mean? You only get to be here for maybe 80, 90 years. Life expectancy went down. So, you know what I mean? In these 80 years, what am I going to do? How many lives am I going to change? If it's one, that's good enough for me. But, you know what I mean? It's really that. I want to open up centers in all of the cities where there's little kids like me growing up that didn't have no pops. They on Section 8, food stamps and all of that. And they don't got nowhere to go at 10 p.m. when daddy come home drunk hitting mommy. They go out and like go do some dumb shit because they mad. Nah, come to my center. You know what I mean? We gonna keep you safe. We gonna have you, you know what I mean, with a counselor 24/7, something like that. So that's what this is all for. So when you listening to my music and you streaming me and you spreading that awareness, you're not doing it for a nigga to get his chain. You're doing it for me to create a chain of like, you know, help and system and, you know what I mean, like life. You know what I mean, like that's what you're creating. So that's all it's about.
Talk to me about Elevated Ones.
It's a lifestyle. It's not a team. It's not a person. It's a lifestyle. To be elevated is to be aware. That's why my first logo is the third eye. So it's like that just starts with awareness. You feel me? Being aware of self, what's around self, energy, and being true to that path. You know what I mean? Elevated. That's why I say it's a lifestyle, because you gotta be true to it. The moment you veer off of it, that's when, you know what I mean, shit that ain't supposed to happen happens. And I believe that firmly. Like, I've seen it. Like, I'll do something and literally some cataclysmic shit will happen. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, son, like, why that happened? But it's because you wasn't being true to what you're supposed to be doing. And that's why when you have a calling, you're supposed to find a way to answer it. You ain't supposed to act like it's not there, because like I said, you're being selfish with your gift. And, you know what I mean, you be selfish with your gift in one way, life gonna be selfish with you in another. So, you know what I mean?
Too true.
Yeah, so like, that's what Elevated Ones is. It's each one teach one, elevated one. You know what I mean? You elevate one. I mean, if everybody elevates one person,
So good.
you know what I mean?
Clothing.
Oh, so yeah, these is coming soon. Jump in real quick. Show yours. You know what I mean? This is coming soon. Elevated wear. You know what I'm saying? We already got the hats out and shit. Y'all saw these for years now, like 2-3 years I've been doing these, but this fresh shit coming. You know what I mean? We about to drop these soon. Expect it in like the next 2 weeks, but I want to drop a line for the Black Project, which is going to be donated. A lot of the proceeds, you know what I mean, majority of the proceeds is going to be donated to, you know, black organizations and businesses that were impacted during this pandemic and shit like that. So that's what we're going to do with that. That's coming in like the next 2 weeks. We just getting the last couple things situated before we put it out. And we're gonna just roll them out.
Fire, I'm liking it. Alright, so if you could give your 10-year-old self advice, what would it be?
If I could give my 10-year-old self advice?
Yes.
That's a dope question. I'll just tell them to always be true to yourself and continue to be that way. You know what I mean? Because from young, I always had a sense of self. And I knew what I did like and I didn't like. Like, you know what I mean? So, just stay true to yourself and elevate. That was it. You know what I mean? He'll understand eventually.
Okay, and if you can describe your music in 3 words, what would they be?
3 words? Elevation, elevate, and elevated. Nah, but if I could throw 2 more words other than elevation, it'll be change and fulfillment. That's what my music is. Word.
Okay, I like that. What's next? What's coming up next? Talk to us. Tell us what's coming up next. Where can people find your music?
So
You know,
follow
what's
me
going on?
everywhere, man. ZayTheProfit. What's next? I'm shooting a video for Revolutionize today, and the second project, the second song on the project, What Do I Do? I'm gonna shoot that video in the next week or two. We're just situating the location, waiting for response. That one's gonna be shot, and then after that, we warming up for the spring. Got a little EP coming for y'all. Shit gonna be vibed out, fresh for the summer. Might be R&B, might just be hip hop, might be vibes. I don't know. We gonna see. I got a lot of songs to pick from. We gonna see what the best. I'm gonna say here first, probably 6 songs. You know what I mean, to run with for this, and it's gonna be called the interlude. So if you got the name, the amount of tracks, I ain't gonna tell you when though, niggas. And that's it.
Alright.
You know what I mean? Oh no, and tour.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say.
Going back on tour, March 27th to April 4th.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be in the Midwest. 4 states, 5 cities, and we gonna go crazy with that. So this project gonna be out. Maybe a single from the next project gonna be out. So we gonna have a lot of fun, man. Tune into me. We on all platforms. Right now, you can check Man Down out while Black is floating. Man Down is a little rugged. You know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn naturally, so we gotta have fun sometime. But you know what I mean? That's just showing y'all the lyrical ability. Other than that, man, just turn on your post notifications. Keep it tuned.
It's the Undersound with Cherry B and Zay The Prophet. Thank you for coming on this platform and
Appreciate y'all
letting
having
the
me.
young ones know that it is possible.
Hell yeah. And remember, man, always be humble, be bold, be elevated, and be yourself, man. Be you.